ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your next comic, Jeff Toates.
All right. How we doing, everybody? Do we have any Dallas Stars fans in the house? Hockey team?
Music.
Welcome to a fresh episode of From the Edit Bay. Due to the success and popularity of our last episode, we were able to afford a second camera. It just has too tight a lens and too shallow a depth of field. Now, because it's our third episode, I want to shout out one of my favorite number threes of all time, former star John Klingberg.
Go Toads!
Klinger is by far one of the funniest guys I've ever worked with, and we were lucky to have him in Dallas for so many years. Not just a lethal offensive defenseman, but also truly one of the goofiest guys I've ever met. Fun fact, this shot right here was captured on February 25th, 2020, roughly 16 days before the entire world shut down for COVID-19. Shout out germs. I actually stood on the glass during warm-ups before Game 5 of the Western Conference Final last year to try and mess with him, and he was as unserious as ever. I did get him to knock heads with a teammate, so that felt like doing my part to disturb his focus.
Gotta stand up for myself, you know?
John's currently playing in San Jose on a one-year deal with the Sharks. I called him yesterday to catch up a little bit and see how that transition's going.
What's up, Toads? Things are good.
Great. Speaking of basketball, I love sports documentaries, and I think my all-time favorite has to be The Last Dance, about Jordan and the 90s Bulls. Obviously, the subject matter is undeniable, but the shooting, editing, and entire narrative structure of this documentary series is so elite. They also use an interesting production technique that I've seen a lot of people imitate since then. They would give interview subjects an iPad and have them react to what other interview subjects were saying. This led to some really interesting moments, and I wanted to do the same thing with the Dallas Stars. Unfortunately, the only thing on my iPad is the 1995 film House Guest, starring Sinbad and Phil Hartman.
Do not call the house. Why not? Sound triggers it off, man. That almost come out the mouth. You don't want to see that. Big juicy cheeseburger.
Is this a movie?
Foundation of Harlem. I've heard of that. It's a charitable organization, isn't it? You said it. Oh, lucky man.
What is this?
I really love that movie. But now I'm excited to announce that From the Edit Bay is accepting fan mail. If you have thoughts, concerns, questions, feedback, we want to hear from you. Simply type them up and send them to @JamieBen14 on Instagram. He'll be handling that for me this season. All right, let's get back to hockey. Last week, our Dallas Stars took on the Anaheim Ducks, and for that matchup, I put together a feature about the friendship between Jake Oettinger and Ryan Poehling. It's a cool piece about how they're such good friends, grew up together, and both really appreciate playing in the NHL now. I tell you this because it was while I was doing research for this feature that I found this photo. This simply needed to be addressed, and instead of asking Jake about it in a press conference or locker room scrum or even a sit-down interview, I decided to do it TMZ style, a technique that I think is kind of underutilized in sports journalism, probably for good reason.
Jake, one question. Back in net tonight, and new father, congratulations on that. Tell us about the philosophy of your hair in 2008.
In 2008, I think I had a buzz cut. Oh. I had highlights in 2008, yeah. That was my mom. Decision? My mom forced me. I had nothing to do with that, so I blame her for that. I regret it big time, so it's something I look back on now, and it's pretty tough to see.
And so she said, I thought otters were only at the zoo. Jake Oettinger, so goalie, nickname.
Well, folks, it is now my distinct honor to welcome the 2006 Florence Elementary School Spelling Bee 4th place finisher. Josh, how we doing?
Toads,
if Nightingales did not exist, we'd be doing a little bit better because I'd probably have like at least a third place medal from that spelling bee somewhere over on my bookcase of random memorabilia and awards.
So speaking of greatness, let's talk about our current Dallas Stars. We're now through the month of October. It's November.
Yep.
Up next is December, then January, then February, and then March. Do you have a favorite moment from the month of October?
Oh my gosh, favorite moment from the month of October. Just the very beginning of the season, not just because it's always like a fresh perspective, it's like a new day's dawning when a new hockey season starts, but beginning the season on the road against the two teams you knocked out of the playoffs last year, who have been thinking about you all summer, who have been waiting for their chance at revenge, and then to go in there and pull out 4 points from those two games was really nothing short of impressive, and I think really propelled us into this new season on such a high that even though the team is still figuring it out right now, those two wins I think are going to become really big as the season goes along, whether it's in divisional records or whatever else. I think the first weekend of hockey season was just top tier for me.
I would have to say October 25th, 49-25 A&M over LSU in Baton Rouge. Today's episode of From the Edit Bay and Josh's Stat of the Day are brought to you by tennis. If you love pickleball but want to play an actual sport, check out tennis. With larger courts and higher ball velocities, it takes all the mechanics you love of pickleball, but provides an actual athletic challenge and is interesting for spectators to watch. Use code FTEB15 for 15% off all tennis. Void where prohibited.
Tennis.
Thanks, tennis. Well, anyways, let's get to the stat of the day, huh, Toads? I know you've been chomping at the bit, just so eagerly excited about this stat. I have too. I am giving you a stat that is Razor-centric because the Razor Boy is getting into the Hall of Fame, being inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. Our man, I wanted to bring up this stat. Since Daryl Ray came to Dallas and became the color analyst of Dallas Stars hockey telecast, no team has won more regular season games in the NHL since the beginning of the 1996-97 season. 1,201 wins that Razor Ray has been a part of the Dallas Stars broadcast team. And also 2.60 goals against per game is what the Stars are averaging over those 30 years. That also leads the league. So defense wins championships, wins win championships. And Daryl Ray, can we say that Razor's the reason that the Stars are so successful? I think it's possible. You could make the argument, at least.
Numbers don't lie. Thanks, Josh.
And they're our friend.
It's your self-proclaimed favorite broadcasters, Razor and Josh. This is your line now.
I thought there was more coming.
That's it.
Special thanks to Josh Clark. Special thanks to tennis. Before we go, though, I want to leave you with some highlights. And so I said, been there, done that. Jamie Ben. Got to do it. Thank you.